So Jericho Sims, as a freshman, has had his share of games coming off the bench, 19 of those in those games, about 3 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field. He's really has shined as a starter, 7 games in the starting 5, nearly 7 points per game, the rebounds up, and shooting 65.6% from the field. You see the hair. He's got the great smile as well. Kind of a quiet kid, though, is he not?
Extremely quiet kid. I'll never forget when he came on his official visit. We had Jarrett Allen spend about 10 minutes with him. And Jarrett wasn't really big on recruiting. But
did any of them say anything?
Well, afterward, I asked Jarrett, I said, well, what do you think of Jericho? You know, because I really value Jarrett's opinion. He's very perceptive.
Yeah.
He's got a great way of just kind of seeing people. And he said, man, he's really quiet. He doesn't say much. So it's like he's a guy that he is very introverted, but when you get to know him, he's got an unbelievable personality and he's got a great heart.
And there's some wow moments with the way that he plays the game. I mean, the upside is unreal. Let's go into his game, though, and talk about some of the improvement that he's made. The first series of clips here going to show his hands grabbing the ball. And this first clip lets a rebound slip away against VCU, and then we see him get better.
Yeah, this is earlier in the season, Low, and one of the things he struggled with was just going to go get the ball, you know, reaction time, and we say GTB, going to grab that ball, and there you see him with his head down a little bit. Jericho's very, very hard on himself, but he's gotten a lot better at when that ball goes up on the rim, going to grab it, and he can go up and get it. I think of all the guys on our team, other than Mo, he's the one that can go up the highest and get it.
And then another example, the first matchup against Baylor.
Yeah, you see him putting a body on the big fella from Baylor, grabbing the ball, and that is great for us creating the next play.
So what's his upside as a rebounder?
It's really high. I think it's really high. One of the things we've tried to work with him on is going after every rebound. You've heard the old saying, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Well, you miss 100% of the rebounds you don't go after. So he's gotten better and better at that. I would put it like this, Lowell, as a player, if we want to get to 100% of his potential, which obviously we do, he right now is probably at 10 or 20%. And that's the scary thing. But
10 or 20%?
10 or 20%. But that's the exciting thing.
I mean, there's not a lot of guys then that are like Jericho Sims.
No, there's no one else on our team that I would say that about. And I say that in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing about Jericho, and I give him a lot of credit for this, is the leap in competition that he's made from who he was playing against a year ago to the guys he sees on a nightly basis in the Big 12 has been huge.
Yeah.
He wasn't like Mo or Matt, where they played a national schedule and they were playing against some of the best high school players in the country. Comes
from good bloodlines in his family as well with their history of athletics. Next example here, his post play. And in talking with Darren Horn sometimes, it's almost like his athleticism at times can somewhat hurt him. So explosiveness that sometimes he's not balanced. But when he is, it all comes together.
Well, we want him to put his body on plays, and we want him to use his athleticism when he gets space. So here you see him duck in on the guy, he gets the ball, and he's able to make that move. One thing you need to know about him, Lowell, is he's somewhat ambidextrous.
Okay.
He can finish with his right hand, with his left hand. Here you see him again kind of wedging out here, and a great finish going up in the air. He can really elevate, and he's very strong as well.
What do you think ultimately his post game will be? What will be the go-to move, go-to look that he gets?
Using quickness, using his pivot game, as you see here. That's a heck of a move there. After he picked up his dribble, he pivoted twice, got around Brodzianski. And again, the great thing about him is he has that lift where he can go finish over people.
Do you think sometimes guys like this struggle as a freshman with going too fast instead of showing patience with the move like that?
Well, I think most of the struggles for a guy like Jericho is just getting comfortable being at this level, understanding what goes into success, the day-to-day components of being a great player. But again, he's come so far. I'm so proud of him. He's made a ton of progress just as a young man, as a student. I think he feels very, very appreciated here by his teammates and his coaches. We wanted to create a setting for him where he knows that we love and appreciate him because, again, he's got so much more potential that he can get to, and we just want to help him get to that.
And with that love and appreciation, we're talking what goes beyond what we've seen right here. You're talking love and appreciation as a young man and an individual.
Of course. I mean, that's for all of our guys. I mean, we want them to understand that we care about them. We want them to grow. We want them to move forward. And, you know, the thing that sometimes people forget is these guys are whole people. You know, we obviously look at the basketball part when we watch the games and when we get to practice, but they have much, much more going on in their lives, and they have feelings, they have emotions, they have families. So helping guys like that understand you're with them, you believe in them, you know, you understand that there's a dynamic even beyond basketball that you want to help them with. I think that goes a long way towards them reaching their potential.
Yeah, no coach in America puts that kind of stock and that time into that aspect of these guys' lives than you do. Let's talk about what really makes him dynamic as an athlete, getting out, showing his ability to run the open floor, and with those rolls as well in the pick and roll settings.
Yeah, he really can move. I mean, for a guy that's 6'9", the ability to move like that, it's really special. And then, again, he's a very, very good finisher around the basket. You notice him there, Lowell. Did you see after the dunk, you see Matt running back excited?
Oh, yeah.
Jericho doesn't get too fired up about his own plays. And I asked him yesterday, I said, what do you enjoy most when you're out there on the floor? And he said, when my teammates make a great play.
That's pretty awesome.
Here you see him again, setting the screen, rolling to the rim. Great finish, got hit there, finished it anyway. He's very good in the press. This was a big-time dunk coming off. Great pass by J.Y. Jericho can really go up and get it.
His forehead is on the rim.
No question.
Ridiculous. Just one of those plays you sit back and enjoy and appreciate. Jericho Sims, good to have him on our breakdown segment here. We got one more block to go here on Game Plan with Shaka Smart. Coming up next, we'll look forward to that next matchup coming up against OU. Matt Coleman was fantastic. Snoop Roach as well. Really complete team effort taking down the Sooners. And Austin, tell you how that's done in Norman. And we'll also give you the story on Mo Bamba from Harlem to the ATX. It's coming up on Game Plan.
I have a chance to be arguably the best at something ever. I feel like I'm really going to take pride on being, in a sense, a GOAT at something.